Coming up on the second hour of American Sunrise, President Trump meets with the new Prime Minister of Japan. The president received a very warm welcome in the country before meeting with him. The two signed substantial new ingredients on trade. We'll get you those latest details straight ahead. Plus, still no end in sight for the ongoing government shutdown. Many now expect it to be the longest shutdown in American history. Now the USDA is warning it won't be able to issue food benefits next month as funds dry up. We'll follow the latest developments as they come in. And later, the GOP is eyeing a major upset in the upcoming governor's race in New Jersey, a state once considered a stronghold for Democrats. Republican candidate Jack Ciattarelli now enjoys the support of the state's Orthodox Jewish community. Those stories and more as the second hour of American Sunrise starts right now.
Good morning, America.
Welcome to American Sunrise.
Whether it's culture,
We have breaking news to share with you.
politics,
President Trump is joining us live now from Florida.
we've got you covered.
This is what it looks like to be a patriot.
We have to protect the American family.
The American dream is still alive.
I'm David Brody.
I'm Terrence.
And I'm Dr. Gina.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second hour of American Sunrise. I'm David Brody, coming to you from D.C. Let's bring in Emily Finn. She's in West Palm, filling in for Dr. G. T. Bates in our Denver newsroom. Good morning to both of you. Well, it looks like we have President Trump in Japan as kind of a tee up for the big meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping on Thursday. That's what this seems all about, Emily.
Absolutely, it does. Yeah, this is going to be a very big meeting on Thursday between the U.S. and China. Obviously, one of our, I don't want to say biggest, I will say biggest threats throughout the world. You know, this is someone that we definitely need to make sure that we are keeping the peace with. And so it's great that President Trump is going to be meeting with them later this week, Terrence.
Yeah, you know, the words posturing and leverage come to mind in terms of what President Trump is doing in Japan right now. He's making sure that the alliance is strong, that the work he's going to be doing with Japan's prime minister is strong, and also showing that strength to Korea, to North Korea specifically, and to China. Let's not underestimate how a lot of what we're seeing right now is just to keep both North Korea and China on notice that we still have a strong presence in the region. And if you get out of line, we've got other allies that we're working with who are willing to put you back in line. And it seems to me that's a big part of what we're seeing here, David.
Yeah, I mean, and we're going to see more of it. I mean, he's got a couple more days that he's going to be visiting other countries, obviously, before the big enchilada, if you will, in China.
Absolutely.
In China? I mean, in South Korea.
In South Korea with China. I'm with you. It's all
he ain't going to China
over there. You know, speaking of kind of a show of strength, President Trump visiting U.S. troops and sailors who are based in Japan this morning. His new Japanese counterpart, Cindy Takahashi, joined him for at least one of his stops this morning, as you can see here. The commander-in-chief also using the photo op in order to praise Takahashi.
Going to go down as one of the great prime ministers you watch. Thank you.
Also on 47's agenda today, meeting with business leaders on the island. Monday's bilateral meeting between the U.S. and Japanese delegations also marked the first phase. That's good television. It also marked the first face-to-face meeting between President Trump and Prime Minister Takahashi. She, of course, is Japan's first ever woman prime minister.
I will say that this will be a relationship that will be stronger than ever before, and I look forward to working with you. And on behalf of our country, I want to just let you know, anytime you have any question, any doubt, anything you want, any favors you need, anything I can do to help Japan, we will be there. We are an ally at the strongest level.
And the cooperation President Trump describing there includes the signing of a rare earth deal between the two countries. After leaving Japan, President Trump will head to South Korea, as we've been mentioning, for what will arguably be the most watched part of his Asian tour. On Thursday, he is scheduled to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Work is being done behind the scenes in advance of that meeting to broker a trade deal between the United States and China, as President Trump describes the current tariff situation unsustainable for China. China and the United States are the world's two largest economies. At stake is the U.S. semiconductor industry, which is hoping that U.S. firms will be able to sell artificial intelligence chips to China. American energy companies are also hoping the upcoming Trump-Xi meeting will see an easing of Chinese tariffs on U.S. energy. After China slapped America with a 15% tariff on energy exports, much of the flow of U.S. energy to China froze. Border Patrol Chief Greg Bovino has a date with a judge today to answer questions about immigration crackdowns in Los Angeles and Chicago. The recent enforcement operation in the Chicago area has produced more than 1,800 arrests. However, it's been marred by complaints of excessive force that led one judge to order uniformed immigration agents to wear body cameras. Initially, Bovino was set to face 2 hours of questioning, but that hearing has since been extended to 5 hours. The judge reportedly wants to hear about agents' use of force in a couple of Chicago area communities where at least 8 people, including 4 American citizens, were detained during protests. Bovino is accused of violating the judge's order by allegedly throwing tear gas into a crowd of protesters without justification. That's a quick check of your headlines. Now, let's get a quick check of your forecast. Meteorologist Tracy Anthony standing by with your local forecast and a forecast just for some lucky viewers. Tracy, good morning.
Hey, good morning. We've got 3 forecasts for some of the viewers that have been interacting with us on social media and live streams. San Angelo, Texas. This from Nini7 on Gitter. Texas is in for a big shakeup. We've got a cold front swinging on through. It's going to dial back your temperatures. And across the state, we have tornado potential, we have fire danger, and even freeze concerns. So we're really getting a grab bag of weather across the state. Islip, New York. This is from Colin Christie, our very own. We've got some rain showers coming through on Wednesday and Thursday, clearing out for Friday, but it's going to be a little on the cooler side for Halloween. And hey, Terrence, this one's for you. Denver, we also had another viewer that was interested in a Denver forecast. And you know what? Tomorrow morning going to be on the chilly side. So you're going to want to bundle up with those temperatures dropping down into the 20s throughout the overnight. Now, the other big story is Melissa. So Terrence, I know you said you had a friend in Jamaica. You got to keep us posted, you know, when you hear from him.
Yeah, he's in Mo Bay. He's in Montego Bay. And he posted on Facebook yesterday saying, you know, thanks for all the calls and checking on us. You know, at that point, he was saying it's going to get worse, but they were still doing okay. So, yeah, I will definitely keep you updated. And can we please redo the Denver forecast like 20s? I'm not for that. I don't like that. I'm sorry, Tracy.
Yeah,
oh, she's
definitely.
not hearing me right now.
You cut out a little bit in my ear.
All right, I got you. Thank you so much, Tracy. Appreciate it. And for all of those of you who are watching right now, go to the bottom of your screen. You see that QR code. Scan it. Join our Weather Nation team. We, of course, would love to have you on the team, and you can maybe even get yourself your own personalized forecast from Tracy. All right, let's get you over to David Brody now. David, so much to talk about. It is a full news day.
It sure is. And topping the news is President Trump in Japan. And of course, he's got this wider trip throughout Asia. And while there, T. Bates, as you know, because you've been reporting on it and we've been talking about it, he met with the new prime minister over there. The president praised her plans for a military buildup and the 2 signed agreements on trade and rare earth minerals. Here was the president speaking about America's relationship with Japan yesterday. Have a look.
I have always had a great love of Japan and a great respect of Japan. And I will say that this will be a relationship that will be stronger than ever before. And I look forward to working with you. And on behalf of our country, I want to just let you know, anytime you have any question, any doubt, anything you want, any favors you need, anything I can do to help Japan, we will be there. We are an ally at the strongest level.
All right, joining us now with an analysis is the editor-in-chief for Just the News. That would be John Solomon. John, good morning to you. I had no idea that the new Prime Minister of Japan was a heavy metal drummer. I had no idea until now. So there you go. Trump's got to like that. Emily clearly likes that.
Of course.
For sure. Yeah, no, I thought Emily right away. John, but we think about you right away when it comes to analyzing this Asia trip. Give us more about what we're seeing here, sir.
There's no chance I'm going to play the drums. I've got no beat, so I got to stick with news. Let me tell you what we got. What you're seeing in front of us What you're seeing in front of us is the beginning of a PATO, a NATO for the Asia Pacific for America, to counter China's growing influence, the way NATO allowed us to combat the Soviet Union during the Cold War. That alliance is military, that alliance is economic, and now in one of the areas where Joe Biden particularly left us vulnerable at the end of his presidency, it also involves rounding up enough rare earth metals that we can drive the AI revolution and potentially beat China in that AI revolution. And so the agreements in Southeast Asia, in Japan, in Australia at the start of this trip are designed to give America the resources it needs to stay in the forefront of computing AI, and that is something that when Donald Trump came in 10 months ago, we were way behind. China had cornered the market in a major way. Donald Trump has eaten into that monopoly in a big way. And at the same time he's doing that, and we'll have Lee Zeldin on the show tonight, you're seeing America start to ramp up its own rare earth capability, something that Democrats have been unwilling to do for more than a decade. So you're going to have mining on our ground. Eventually, that will get us a lot of our own rare earths. But in the meantime, the Japans, the Australias, and the Southeast Asian countries are all contributing into this. And so you really have the beginning of one of the most significant Pacific military and economic alliances ever built in world history.
John, I'm glad you brought up artificial intelligence, because it seems to me that that is really kind of at the heart, or if you will, kind of leading this trade war between the United States and China, specifically in terms of U.S. semiconductor manufacturing. Of course, U.S. semiconductor companies are hoping they can get more sales of semiconductors into China. I think, is probably an underreported part of this whole trade war.
It was the first strike against China in the trade wars back in April. Remember, Taiwan Semiconductor, which has made all of its semiconductors in Taiwan on its own island, announced a massive investment to build a factory here in Texas. That was the shot heard around the world. Then the rare earth deals have followed that up. Meanwhile, energy dominance is another important thing. One of the things that gets underreported is that the president now has created an Energy Dominance Council, which is on par with the National Economic Council and the National Security Council. Why? Because you can't win the AI war unless you have energy. And so he's taking care of semiconductors, he's taking care of rare earths, and he's taking care of energy load. He is intent on winning this war with China. And for the first time, China's a little nervous. I think that's why they began acting out over the last few months. They're starting to see that the Trump effect on this AI war has helped the United States catch up in a big way quickly.
John Solomon, appreciate your time. Running a little short on time, but thank you as always. We appreciate you.
Yeah, good to be with you.
Thanks, John.
Coming up, Marco Rubio says the State Department is scrapping one of the last remnants, of the Biden-era censorship. The so-called Global Engagement Center, now officially shut down. Those details when we come back.